Good evening, hello and welcome. You're with the news today, your primetime destination news. Newsmakers, talking points, our big talking point. It's Rahul Gandhi versus the Modi government in Parliament in a complete showdown. Why was Rahul Gandhi stopped from quoting General Naravane's book, the former army chief? What's the government got to hide, if anything, on China? Or did Rahul flout Parliament rules? All those questions will be raised tonight. But the story that we are breaking at this moment, months after the tragic Air India crash in Ahmedabad, now we've got another possible fuel switch defect on a Boeing 7878 aircraft from London to Bengaluru. Air India says the pilot flagged a possible fuel switch defect. Pilot reported the glitch after landing in Bengaluru. Boeing says we are in contact with Air India, are supporting their review of this matter. Air India claims after receiving this initial information, we have grounded the said aircraft, are involving the original equipment manufacturer to get the pilot's concerns checked on a priority basis. The matter has been communicated also to the aviation regulator DGCA. Joining me now is our correspondent Divyesh Singh with the very latest. Divyesh, what can you tell us? This was a plane flying from London to Bengaluru. What are your sources telling us Air India intends to do in this case?
Well, Rajdeep, this aircraft that has flown from London to Bengaluru and it landed in Bengaluru this morning, after which the pilot operating the aircraft immediately reported the snag regarding the fuel control switch. Remember, this fuel control switch snag had been flagged or had been called in the primary report, in the primary accident report, primary crash report of the Air India 7878 crash that happened in Ahmedabad. There also it was said that the fuel supply to the aircraft was immediately stopped after the liftoff within 1 second, and that was a fuel control switch issue. Now this issue again has been flagged by another Air India pilot who was also flying a Boeing 7878 aircraft. The aircraft flew from London to Bengaluru, and after that, after landing in Bengaluru this morning, the pilot has flagged this issue. Air India in their official statement have said that they have informed DGCA and they are engaging with OEM as well regarding the aircraft, regarding the issue flagged by their pilot, and this aircraft has meanwhile been grounded for further investigation. Right.
Divyesh Singh joining us with those details. We'll wait and see what this latest case, where this latest case goes. Appreciate you joining us. Okay, let me turn from there to our big story today, because Parliament and the Lok Sabha in particular erupted in chaos as Lok Sabha leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi, during the motion of thanks to the President's address debate, quoted or began quoting from former army chief Naravane's unpublished memoir. That, according to Rahul Gandhi, the memoir accuses the Modi government of hiding certain facts about the 2020 Ladakh standoff, in which, remember, India and China were in a face-to-face combat on the border. BJP leaders slammed the opposition, claiming that Rahul Gandhi was lying, and the speaker did not allow Rahul Gandhi to quote from Naravane's book. As a result, the House was repeatedly adjourned. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh claiming unpublished material cannot be cited in Parliament. The Congress leader insists that the government is silencing him because they have got much to hide on their equation with China. Take a look at all the drama that took place in the Lok Sabha today.
The tanks were within a few hundred meters of Indian positions on the Kailash range.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. The only started. No. He is not yielding.
यदि प्रकाशित हुई है तब तो आप उसका उल्लेख करिए, नहीं प्रकाशित हुई है तो उल्लेख करने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है।
If anything is wrong, Rajnath Singh ji can reply after his speech, sir. He's quoting the magazine.
Pandemonium in Parliament. Proceedings were adjourned twice as discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address descended into chaos over remarks by Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi. The showdown began after BJP MP Tejasvi Surya questioned the Congress party's stand on national security, triggering sharp protests from the opposition benches. Quoting from an article in Caravan magazine based on former Army Chief General M.M. Naravane's unpublished memoir, Rahul Gandhi accused the government of hiding facts on the 2020 Ladakh standoff with China.
This is about when 4 Chinese tanks were entering Indian territory. They were taking a ridge in Doklam, and the army chief writes, and I quote from an article that is quoting his book. The tanks were within a few hundred meters of Indian positions on the Kailash range.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. The only started. No, he is not yielding. He is not yielding. Sir.
The charge drew a sharp response from the Treasury benches. The leader of opposition was not allowed to read out the operative bits from the article. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh accused Rahul Gandhi of misleading the House, stressing that unpublished material cannot be quoted in Parliament and that national security cannot be politicized.
क्या वह पुस्तक प्रकाशित हुई है जिसमें यह सब सारी बातें उन्होंने लिखी हैं? यदि प्रकाशित हुई है तब तो आप उसका उल्लेख करिए, नहीं प्रकाशित हुई है तो उल्लेख करने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है। अध्यक्ष महोदय,
General Naravane.
Rahul Gandhi hit back, alleging the government was blocking the book's publication. The Lok Sabha erupted as sloganeering stalled proceedings.
कैलाश रिज में टैंक इनको किसने बताया आया था? किसने बताया? ये लिखा हुआ नहीं पढ़ सकते आप, अध्यक्ष ने ना बोला है। ये 389 को भी तोड़ रहे हैं। हम सदन किस तरह से चलाना चाहते हैं?
The speaker reprimanded Rahul Gandhi, reiterating that only published and verified material is allowed in the House.
सदन में गलत तथ्य और गलत तथ्यों को पेश करना वो ऑथेंटिक बात है। वो नियम प्रक्रिया की बात कर रहे हैं। घबराने की किसी से। मैंने इस विषय पर व्यवस्था दे दी है कि कोई भी पुस्तक, कोई भी अखबार,
No, sir, no connection.
कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है।
Outside Parliament, Rahul Gandhi accused the government of being afraid and not allowing him to speak.
नरवाने जी ने प्रधानमंत्री जी के बारे में, राजनाथ सिंह जी के बारे में अपनी किताब में साफ लिखा है। वो एक आर्टिकल में आया है। मैं आर्टिकल को कोट कर रहा हूं, मुझे बोलने नहीं दे रहे हैं। मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं, नारावाने जी ने ये किताब लिखी है। वो डरे हुए हैं क्योंकि अगर वो निकला तो नरेंद्र मोदी और राजनाथ सिंह की जो रियलिटी है वो लोगों को पता लग जाएगी कि जब चाइना हमारे सामने खड़ा था, आगे आ रहा था, 56 इंच की छाती को क्या हुआ था उस लाइन में है पूरा।
On record, former Army Chief General M.M. Naravane has repeatedly said Indian forces stood up to the Chinese, impacting their global image.
79 से लेकर 2020 तक लगातार वो अपने जो छोटे पड़ोसी देश हैं उनके साथ ज़ोर ज़बरदस्ती करता आया है और इस ज़ोर ज़बरदस्ती में उनका बिना कोई नुकसान पहुँचे जो वो करना चाहते हैं वो उन्होंने किया है। जैसे हम कहते हैं बुली, तो नेबरहुड बुली के तौर पर वो करते गए जो उन्हें पहली बार उनको झटका लगा, तो वो झटका 4 का हो या 40 का हो वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है।
After the face-off in Parliament on Monday, the government insists national security cannot be politicized. Will the leader of opposition stick to his guns when Lok Sabha convenes remains to be seen. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's raise the big questions tonight. Why was Rahul Gandhi stopped from quoting General Naravane's unpublished book? Is Rahul Gandhi not following Parliament rules? Or does the Modi government have something to hide on China? Is there a need for greater transparency on the India-China border standoff? Or does it involve national security? Joining us now, our special guest, Lieutenant General S.L. Narasimhan, defense analyst, joins us. Jyothimani Senimalai is Congress Lok Sabha MP. Aparajita Sarangi, senior BJP Lok Sabha MP. Javed Ansari, senior journalist, is also with us. I appreciate all of you joining us. I want to get you, Aparajita Sarangi, first. Please tell me, why not allow Rahul Gandhi, when he's quoting from an article, to say what he wants, and then the government can rebut every claim of Rahul Gandhi? Why was there a reluctance to even allow Rahul Gandhi to speak?
A very good evening. The budget session had just begun, and the entire day today was lost. And all of us, MPs from all over the country, were inside the Lok Sabha, and it was such a condemnable spectacle, I must say. See, when we are in the Lok Sabha, we are guided by the rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Lok Sabha. We are bound by the rules. We may like it, we may not like it, but we have to follow the directions of the Honorable Speaker. I will be talking about two rules from this particular book which I have in my hand. If all of you can see, this is for all to see this.
Yes.
You know, one is of course the 349 rule which everybody talked of today, but I will not read out that rule. I will be taking just 30 seconds to read out rule number 353, and then I will be talking about other issues. See, 353 rule says, please allow me to read out, provided that the Speaker may at any time prohibit any member from making any such allegation if the Speaker is of the opinion that such allegation is derogatory to the dignity of the House, or that no public interest is served by making such allegation. Now, it's for the Speaker to decide, and we are all bound by the directions of the Speaker. This is one part. Now, the number two part, we may not like, we may not like, but the fact remains that the matters of national security sometimes cannot be discussed even on the floor of the Lok Sabha. We cannot discuss certain issues pertaining
what
to
is the
our
rule that
relations
says that,
with a couple of countries.
Ma'am, sorry.
We do not.
Can I know what? No, ma'am. Ma'am, can I know what is the rule? What is the rule which says that matters of national security cannot be debated? There were debates on the Sino-Indian War in 1962 in Parliament, famously, where Vajpayee ji spoke, Nehru ji spoke. Why is it that now you can't speak on it? What is the rule that stops you from speaking on national security, ma'am?
See, there are sensitive matters. There are sensitive matters which the government feels are sensitive, cannot be discussed. You may like it, I may not like it, but then, you know, if the Speaker decides should not be discussed, will not be discussed, this is one part. And number two, let me ask you, Rahul Gandhi ji did stand up and did cried horse. I'm not saying no to that, but then, what was the name of the book that he mentioned? Please take the video of today's speeches of Rahul Gandhi ji, whatever bits and pieces he spoke to us in. In fact, there was no mention of the book. This was definitely an unpublished book which we did not know about. We don't know the name. Never ever Rahul Gandhi ji mentioned the name of the book. So I think as far as the Congress party is concerned, I would call them, please excuse me, they are habitual offenders. When Uri strike took place, when Balakot took place, they tried everything to ask us where is the proof. So they bring down the morale of the army. And this is how they do, this is what they do.
Okay.
We have to accept what they have been doing all through. So I think this was very unfortunate what happened today. This should not have happened. And see, Dastur.
Ma'am, I have heard you very carefully.
Today, why were we standing there?
I have heard you carefully.
Yeah,
I think
why
it's
were
only
we standing there?
Okay,
yes.
let the Congress have equal chance. This is not Parliament here. I would like to give everyone equal chance. Jyothimani, please respond to what Aparajita Sarangi says. She says she's quoted Rule 353, which says matters of a defamatory nature cannot be raised in this manner without giving adequate notice. A. B. She says there are sensitive matters of national security that cannot be discussed in Parliament. Your response?
See, there is no such rule, as you rightly mentioned, preventing Rahul Gandhi ji, leader of opposition, or any member of the parliament, preventing from discussing about the national security, first thing. Second thing, this is nothing to be sensitive because this has been done a few years back. See, as
what was done a few years back? No, what was done a few years back? Please be specific. What was done a few years back,
I'm just coming, I'm just coming to the point. Actually, in 2020, August 31st, in Kailash range, Chinese PLA army has with tanks advancing towards our territory. Then by the command, Mr. Joshi called then army chief. Hello?
Madam. I am asking you a simple question.
Inform then army chief.
Madam.
Let me finish.
Madam, you must answer my question. According to the BJP, matters of national security that are defamatory to their leaders cannot be raised in Parliament.
There is no such things. As you rightly said, 62, there was a very clear, very long discussion. Everybody, both the opposition and the Treasury Bench has spoken, Nehruji has replied. Then again, actually, Indiraji, when we had a war with Pakistan to liberate Bangladesh, the same parliament had the discussion. The rule is same for even then and even now. But problem with the BJP is BJP will take up the rule when it suits their narrative. In the same parliament, just before Rahulji has started speaking, Mr. Tejasvi Surya, who actually quoted his own research paper and made the defamatory allegation against the Congress party. Then where were the BJP with that rule book? Where were Mr. Speaker with that rule book? Nobody was there because it's a wild allegation against the Congress party. But when Rahulji
Tejasvi Surya quoted previous president's address. Rahul Gandhi has quoted an unpublished memoir, excerpt of which has been carried in a magazine.
No, listen. No, Rajdeep ji. Actually, some part of his speech, he said, actually, I have done a research. The research shows that you can go back and see his thing. And not only Tejasvi Surya ji, there are many people, including the Prime Minister, had made many allegations against the Congress party. This is very simple. Rahul ji has said, not quoting the book. There was a Caravan magazine who carried some text of the books. Even at some point, Rahul ji said, okay, I am not even quoting the magazine. Let me speak about the national security and how the Prime Minister of this country failed the nation and failed the military leadership because he is not able to decision in a decisive moment. He led the military leadership to take their own call and he abdicated his own responsibility. This is shameful. This is shocking. He led down not only military leadership, he led down the country when our army, our military has, leadership has making very frantic calls to the leadership of this country.
Okay, I'm going to stop both.
Defense Minister, External Affairs Minister and Mr. Ajit Doval, but where were their guts? Actually, they have failed them because they are covered.
I will come to the specifics. Ma'am, I will come to the specifics.
To take its own call.
Okay, I want to go to, since rules are being quoted, critical to this, can a leader quote from an unpublished memoir, excerpts of which are carried in a magazine? Can he do that? No one better to answer that than PDT Achary. I'll come to my other guests in a moment. PDT Achary spoke to me earlier. He's former Secretary General of Lok Sabha. Thank you very much, Mr. Achary, for joining me. Now, Rule 349, which is being quoted, says, and I want to quote, shall not read any book, newspaper or letter except in connection with business of the House. Shall not distribute literature, questionnaire, pamphlets not connected with business of House. Did Rahul Gandhi, in your view, violate any parliamentary norms by trying to read out unpublished excerpts of General Naravane's book, which has come out in a magazine?
Actually, this rule says that a member shall not read newspaper, article or book unless it is in connection with the business of the House. That is also very important. Unless it is in connection with business of the House. Now, what exactly is the business of the House? The business of the House is the discussion on motion of thanks. Motion of thanks, discussion on motion of thanks is discussion on the matters raised by the President in an address. So, the President's address, covers a whole spectrum of issues which the government deals with, national, international, and all that, and also legislative matters. Now here, the question is whether Rahul Gandhi was quoting a paper which is totally unrelated to the business of the House. Now this rule implies that a member can quote a paper or book or whatever if it is related to the business of the House. That is what this rule implies.
So you're saying Rahul Gandhi can quote a paper if it is related to the business of the House. In this particular case, since it is based on an unpublished book, does that make any difference at all, Mr. Achary?
No, he was not reading the book. He was reading an article. He was quoting an article, which of course contains excerpts from that book, maybe. The point is, in the House, physically, he was quoting from an article, which he can do, but the only condition is that he has to authenticate it. He has to authenticate whatever he quotes in the House, and he can lay it on the table of the House.
So Rahul Gandhi, let me get this clear. He has to authenticate it, or will General Naravane have to say publicly, yes, I stand by what I say, or the magazine? How do you authenticate something that is unpublished and an excerpt has been carried? Is it for Rahul Gandhi? Who has to authenticate it?
Mr. Rahul Gandhi, when he raises this issue, or when he quotes it from a paper, he has to authenticate. He has to say that I stand by this, I have verified the veracity of this, and I stand by whatever is contained in this article. That is the thing. So that is his responsibility. He must have checked with those people, and he should, as a member of parliament who makes a statement in the House with all sense and responsibility, he has to find out from either the caravan or from Mr. Naravane whether this is right or not, because he is going to raise it in parliament.
And in your view, sir, is this connected with the business of the House, the President's address? An excerpt of this kind, which the government says has sensitive national security information involving India and China, in your view, can it be interpreted that it is connected with the business of the House, the President's address?
The President's address, naturally, mentions about our relations with our neighboring countries, our relations with the countries far and wide. All these things must be there. So there must be some mention about the India-China relationship. So a mention about this particular incident, whatever it is, it comes under that.
So let me get this very clear. Rahul Gandhi, in your view, can quote from an article, can quote even from an unpublished book. All he has to do is authenticate it, prove that the article is genuine, and if he does that, he has every right to put it out. Am I correct?
Yeah, he doesn't have to prove anything. He has to merely say that I'm authenticating it because I have verified the truth contained in this, and I stand by that. That's enough. That statement is enough. And the speaker then thereafter will allow him, because there are umpteen number of cases where the speakers have decided that the member has to merely authenticate it. He must stand by it.
But sir, in this case, the speaker did not allow him to speak. Can Rahul Gandhi still, is it the speaker's prerogative? Is his word final to decide if Rahul Gandhi can speak about this issue or not?
Speaker's is final. Speaker's word is final. You can't do anything about it. You can't challenge the speaker's ruling. Whatever it is, whether it is right or wrong, but the speaker's ruling is the final.
Okay, so we've got two clear. Speaker's ruling is final, but you believe prima facie that Rahul Gandhi can quote from a magazine even if it's an unpublished memoir. PDT Achary, they're clarifying the position. Thank you very much. I want to now come to you, Lieutenant General Narasimhan, then I'll come back to the politician, because General Narasimhan, what this involves is a book, a memoir, wherein General Naravane, in one particular passage, according to the excerpt that has been carried, has referred to the fact that the political leadership did not take a decision on whether to fire on Chinese tanks that were coming at the time at the end of August, left the decision to the military leadership. This can be interpreted by some as a sign of indecision. Do you believe that rather than not allow this to come out in the public domain, this should be debated in Parliament or not? Do you believe really that this is as sensitive as it is being made out to be?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for getting me on your show. I'm not going to comment on the political issue of this, whether it is allowed or not allowed in the Parliament. I think the General Secretary was clear about it. What I'm going to comment on is I read that 47 pages of that Caravan article which has come out. That is one. The thing is that it says, Jo uchit samjho karo. That is a message that I think it's quoted in the Caravan.
That's right. Whatever you feel right, you can do.
Yeah,
that's what Rajnath Singh, just to tell our viewers, that's what Rajnath Singh told General Naravane when Naravane rang him up. Finally, the decision, whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah. So that left with General Naravane the decision as to how to handle that particular situation. It can be seen in two ways. The way that has been projected in the Parliament today, that it is an abdication of responsibility. The other way you can see it is that I am giving you the full power. You go and do what you want. I'll back you up. So these two connotations can be taken. I would prefer to take the connotation of, you do whatever militarily you need to do, and we will have your back. That is the kind of message probably I would read from this.
So what I want to understand from you very clearly is, what I want to understand from you, in your view, should this issue be debated or not in Parliament?
See, that is a matter of the rules. I listened to the entire
47
minutes.
Forget the rules, sir.
Okay.
No, I'm now asking you as a defense person. Forget the Parliament rules. Do you believe that we know enough about what happened in 2020, that summer in Galwan, after what happened in Galwan? Is there anything, because the memoir is unpublished, do you believe that the Defense Ministry is being unnecessarily sensitive and bureaucratic? Should this memoir be published or not, in your view?
No, I don't think so. The thing that I think we need to keep in mind is that there is a statement that has been made by Mr. Jaishankar in the Parliament. There is a statement which has been made by Mr. Rajnath Singh in the Parliament earlier. I don't think anything new has come out in this. And so far, so much has been written about the Galwan incident in the last 5 to 6 years. I don't think anything new is coming out here.
No, so then why should Rahul Gandhi be stopped, sir, from speaking then? He's only then, all the more he should be allowed to speak, all the more the book should be published, if there is nothing new.
The book publishing is left to the people who have to vet it, who have to do the corrections to it. I am not again privy to what was stopping that book from being published. The second thing is, in the Parliament, I heard that entire 47 minutes of the exchanges. So there are certain rule positions in the Parliament which has been quoted. The opposition leader was saying something different. So there was some decision that was given by the speaker. I don't think we are contesting that here at this point in time. Even the General Secretary of the Lok Sabha mentioned that speaker's word is final.
I'm now going to turn to Javed Ansari. Javed Ansari, the politics of it all. Rahul Gandhi seems to want to use these opportunities to target the Modi government, to suggest that ye 56 ki chhati is not a 56-inch chest. That's what he said when he came out of Parliament, suggesting that for all this nationalistic bombast, the truth is this government doesn't want to be open and transparent about what happened on the border with China. Do you believe that Rahul Gandhi's approach is the right one? Do you believe that this kind of adversarial approach is working for him or not working for him?
Rajdeep, take out the individuals in the question. Purely speaking objectively, everybody has a right. Each and every member of Parliament in the opposition has a right to haul the government, including the Prime Minister of the day, over the coals. So therefore, as far as that principle is concerned, I'm absolutely clear in my mind. I'm also absolutely clear in my mind that the government overreacted. If there is nothing to fear, the reason why the government did it is that Mr. Modi and this government have been owning up all the other military adventures that India has undertaken, whether it's Balakot, Uri, Pulwama, whatever. That, Mr. Modi said, I gave permission that go carry out this air attack even if there are clouds, etc. Now, this is the first one which hits at his image, which seems to cast some kind of doubt that they were not as decisive as they in their decision making as they would want the nation to believe. And we've seen in the past also, this government is very uncomfortable with even an iota of criticism, whether it is from the leader of the opposition or from people sitting on the outside.
Okay, you want to respond to that, Aparajita Sarangi, that the Modi government wants to take credit whenever, for example, it believes it's carried out a successful military operation, And then when it comes to China, for all the talk of Lal Aankh, the government tends to be a little bit more cautious. Therefore, if Rahul Gandhi wants to speak out and claim that the government was indecisive, why not just refute him in Parliament in a debate rather than stopping him from speaking? What is the government trying to hide if it has nothing to hide, ma'am?
Many thanks, Raji, for this debate. In fact, it was great hearing all the panelists. And things are clear before us. See, Parliament is run by rules and we cannot violate the rules. Otherwise, there would be mayhem inside Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now, let me tell you, whatever we have been talking about is Rule 349(1). We cannot violate Rule 349(1). There has to be reading out of paper, newspaper, etc. in connection with business in the House. And the business in the House, we know what it was. Her Excellency Honorable President delivered an address to both the Houses of Parliament on 28th. And then there was motion of thanks going on. She had listed out the achievements of this government under her. And the debate had to be centered around that. Let me tell you very frankly, very candidly. And the debate could not have gone to Indo-China war, Indo-Pakistan war, because there was hardly any mention of Indo-China war in her speech. So I
there
think
was a mention of national security. There was a mention that we are a strong nation, national security. There was no specific mention of China, but there was a mention of strong nation.
I agree, but there are sensitive matters.
Rajdeep.
As I told you, I reiterate, we may like it, we may not like it. But even MPs like us, MPs from the ruling party also, we cannot actually talk about issues which are sensitive for the nation. We cannot talk in an offhand manner about such issues. And here was an issue which had been raised out of an article which was not published, and we don't even know the name of the book which had to see the light of the day.
No,
so
I have ma'am. The good news.
The officer, the ex-officer.
Ma'am, I have the book here.
Of the speaker is
I have the book because the book was put out by Penguin. Penguin was going to publish the book in December 2023, and it backed out at the last moment. And then the book was sent to a defense review committee. The name of the book is 4 Stars of Destiny, General Manoj Mukund Naravane. So the book was to be published. In fact, if you go to Amazon, you can still see the cover of the book there. So, I mean, the fact is the book was going to be published, ma'am. And last minute, the government did not give permission for the book to be published.
So my point is, why didn't Rahul mention the name of the book as you did now? He never mentioned the name of the book. Let me tell you, it was some chit that had come to him and he just spoke on the basis of that chit of paper. So I think we are going by the rule. Tomorrow also, the rule will prevail, and I think all of us should welcome that.
Okay. You know, the point therefore, Jyothimani, is, as PDT Achary told me, Speaker's word is final. At the end of the day, Speaker is like the umpire. You have to accept it. You may not like it, but you have to accept it. Now, the Rahul Gandhi seems to believe, I will not accept the Speaker's view. Speaker said you cannot speak about this book. Yet every time Rahul Gandhi got up, he spoke about it. What does that say? Does Rahul Gandhi have no faith in Om Birla? Please say it. If you believe Rahul Gandhi believes Om Birla is not a neutral umpire, say it. But he is the Speaker. Like it or not, he is the Speaker of the House.
See, we have... Rajdeep ji, before coming to your question, I would like to address on what Mr. Narasimhan ji has said. With due respect, I would like to differ from him. It's not that actually government very clearly said actually you can go ahead, we will pack you up. That was not there. If you allow me for a few seconds, I will read from that Caravan magazine. Do whatever you deem appropriate. This was to be purely a military decision. Modi had been consulted. He had been briefed, but he had declined to make the call. I had been handed a hot potato. It was a moment of profound isolation. So that's what Mr. Naravane has clearly said. So that means actually it's not the political leadership, especially the Prime Minister, was not ready to stand by the military leadership, whatever they decide. So that's precisely the problem. Because Modi ji does not want to take any decision because he is afraid of China. He put
Madam,
the sole burden on the military leadership.
I must be fair. That is an interpretation that you have every right to make. My limited point. Once the speaker has decided, who is the umpire of Parliament? Rahul Gandhi or the speaker?
I'm coming to that point, Rajiv ji, because unfortunately, the Honorable Speaker of the House every time let down us, especially the opposition. The House belongs to us also. Today, I have seen in front of my eyes, the Honorable Prime Minister has indicated when Rahulji started speaking, he was not speaking, he was started speaking. He indicated something to the Home Minister. Then Rajnath Singh ji stood and started stopping Rahulji. Then Speaker again allowed Rahulji to speak. Then both the Defence Minister and the Home Minister pressurized literally the Speaker. Then Speaker succumbed to the government pressure. That's very, very unfortunate.
No, you are making a very serious allegation. You are claiming Om Birla succumbed.
He let down the Parliament. He let down the very Parliament he sworn to protect. That's very, very unfortunate.
You know, that's a very serious allegation you have made. That
You have
Om
all
Birla
seen
succumbed.
This was a live. It was live telecast. The country has seen it how Mr. Om Birla ji has led down the Parliament. Forget about the Congress party or our leader of opposition. He led down the Parliament. What is wrong in discuss the national security? It's not sensitive.
Okay.
What is sensitive to BJP is the Prime Minister Modi's 56-inch image is completely exploded today by Rahul ji's, because Rahul ji clearly said, actually he is not quoting the book because he is about to start speaking. Before started speaking, because just he mentioned the name of the army chief, Rajnath Singh stood up and stopping Rahul ji, because Rajnath Singh knows what is in the book, because as you rightly said, the book is lying in the Defence Ministry. They are not allowing an army chief to publish a book because they will get exposed. That's what we want to precisely say this, either in the Parliament or before the media.
So Jyothimani ji, I've heard you, I've heard all my speakers. I want to give my take at the moment. Before that, if General Narasimhan is still with us, do you believe a retired army chief's book should be stopped like this? Just a quick word on that. Why not allow it to be published? Do you believe that an army chief, distinguished man of integrity, shouldn't his book be published? Let the public decide, let the readers decide.
You see, Mr. Rajiv, that you need to keep in mind, Henderson Brooks' report was made in 1962 after the India-China war.
Yes.
It has still not been declassified. Why has it not been declassified after, say, 38 plus 20, 63 years? So there are certain things which are supposed to be kept confidential.
Including
and
a
we don't know
general's
why
memoir.
that book is not getting published, because we don't know the contents of the book. We have not read it. So we can't comment whether that book should be allowed to be published, not allowed to be published. That is a matter of an official decision that needs to be taken.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I want to give my take as I thank my guests. The showdown in Parliament only reveals the complete breakdown in relations between the Modi government and the opposition Congress in particular. Since Rahul Gandhi was quoting from a published article of an unpublished book, he should have been allowed to authenticate it and then make his point. The government then also has every right to rebut Rahul Gandhi's claims. But unfortunately, such is the hostility that both sides have for each other that the cut and thrust of a parliament debate is now tangled in ego wars and mistrust. While concerns over national security are legitimate, it doesn't imply that the Sino-Indian border issue cannot be discussed in public fora, particularly when a retired distinguished army chief is writing about it. More than 5 years after the Galwan clashes, the nation is none the wiser on what really happened on the border in 2020. Information control may work in a country like China with an authoritarian regime. In India, a democracy like ours, we should be treasuring our open society. We should not have anything really to hide. That's my take. Okay, let's turn to some breaking news that's coming in at the moment. US Ambassador Sergio Gore says Donald Trump has spoken to Prime Minister Modi. In fact, Donald Trump has posted on his Truth Social site India Today's year-end magazine cover. Take a look at that cover, which was with pictures of Mr. Modi and Donald Trump together. The US Ambassador has said on the Modi-Trump talks, stay tuned. So that's the big story that's coming in at the moment. Donald Trump, Narendra Modi's cover. I have a copy of that magazine here with me, which had both of them on the cover as the newsmakers of the year in 2025. And Donald Trump has put this out on his Truth Social. Let's go straight across to our Diplomatic Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, Foreign Affairs, joins us. Geeta, what are we gathering from these talks? How are we to interpret the fact that Donald Trump has put this on the cover of him and Mr. Modi, and Sergio Gore has confirmed that talks have taken place between the leaders?
Well, details are still awaited, but this comes even as External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar is in the United States of America. So we are seeing heightened engagement between DC and New Delhi. Rajdeep, the fact that he's put out two posts, one, the India Today cover, which is Newsmakers of the Year, and the second one, the photo of India Gate saying that their triumphal arch is going to be bigger and more beautiful than India's. But having said that, two consecutive posts on India, a conversation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Dr. Jaishankar in the United States of America clearly means that the two sides are looking at engagement. Will that really translate into some sort of an ease when it comes to tariffs, forward movement when it comes to trade talks, is something, again, we'll have to wait and see. At a point when we are looking at various geopolitical shifts and changes, it is important that DC engages New Delhi, and that's what we're looking at right now, Rajdeep.
Okay, I'm just going to get a quick question also from Raj Chengappa of India Today, since the US President has put India Today on his Truth Social post. Raj, you chose Trump and Mr. Modi on your cover, and Mr. Trump rather seems to have liked the idea of sharing the space with Mr. Modi.
Well, this was our Newsmaker of the Year 2025. It was a tough choice. And finally, we homed in on both Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the kind of reforms and also the, very tough times that he had to face, including fighting a war with Pakistan and weathering the tariff storm. And who was the main tormentor was Donald Trump. And he, of course, not only shook India, but shook the world. So we combined the two, and there is an analysis of how Donald Trump looks at India and why did he do what he did. And then, of course, how we should be dealing with him. So it's a kind of well-rounded report. Glad to see it made it.
Well, being on Truth Social means that it'll reach millions of, it'll have millions of hits across the world. Raj Chengappa, thanks very much for joining us there. Okay, let me turn from there to our other big story, because the SIR showdown now continues in West Bengal. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee arrived in the national capital to meet the Chief Election Commission, Gyanesh, Kumar, and there were fireworks. After the meeting, the West Bengal Chief Minister called the CEC arrogant and a liar. The CEC on its part has claimed through sources that the Chief Minister was rude and misbehaved with them. Remember, Mamata Banerjee has also brought along with her those voters whom she claims are genuine citizens whose names have been deleted from the SIR list. Listen in to what Mamata Banerjee had to say.
हम बहुत दिन दिल्ली में पॉलिटिक्स किया है, हम 4 टर्म्स मिनिस्टर थे, 7 टर्म्स एमपी थे, लेकिन हम कभी ऐसा इलेक्शन कमीशन को नहीं देखा जिन्होंने इतना एरोगेंट है, ग्रेट लायर है। हम उनको कहा था कि आपको कुर्सी को रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, because no chair is permanent for anybody. One day you have to go, but don't create this precedent. And only why Bengal is being targeted. लोकतंत्र में इलेक्शन होता है, डेमोक्रेसी का फेस्टिवल, और आपने क्या किया? पहले 58 लाख लोगों को बात दिया, निकाल दिया, और उनको आप डिफेंड भी करने नहीं दिया।
Okay, let's take a break at this point. When we return, we are going to stay with West Bengal and Kolkata. Ground report tonight, that Kolkata fire that gutted multiple go-downs and more than 20 people have lost their lives. We'll find out more on the other side. You're watching the news today News without the noise. Let's turn to tonight's ground report, which comes from Kolkata. It's been a week after a deadly fire gutted multiple godowns in Nazirabad in Kolkata. One of the destroyed units belonged to retail chain Wow Momo, which has confirmed 3 deaths and announced compensation for victims' families. While the police have arrested 2 employees, FIRs have been filed. The political blame game is flying. The incident exposes safety lapses, raising urgent questions once again of enforcement of fire norms in Kolkata and across several of our cities. It's tonight's ground report.
A week after a deadly fire gutted multiple godowns in Nazirabad area on the eastern outskirts of Kolkata, 27 people are still missing. 27-year-old Pankaj Haldar is one of them. Haldar's family is still waiting for answers. The sole breadwinner for the family, Haldar leaves behind his wife Maushami and a 3-year-old daughter. Maushami recalls the frantic phone call made by Haldar seeking help in the early hours on January 26th. The family says they rushed to the godown only to find the place up in flames. They found Haldar's charred bike at the location, but there was no trace of him.
11তে ফোন করে আমাকে ফোন করে বলে আমি আর বাঁচবো না এখানে আগুন ধরে গেছে আমাকে যে করে হোক বাঁচাও কাছে গেলেন অনেক গেছি ওরা বলছে আজকে নয় কালকে নয় পরশুদিন এই করে যাচ্ছে আমরা তো বাঙালি নয় বাঙালি মতে 3 দিনে কাজ হয় আজকে নি 9 দিন হয়ে গেল পাইনি আমরা একটাই কথা বলেন যতক্ষণ না ডিএনএ টেস্ট আসবে ততক্ষণ আমরা কিছু করতে পারবো না
বলে আমার বাঁচাও আমি আগুন লেগে গেছে আমাকে বাঁচা বলছে ভেতরে লক করা ছিল পঙ্কজ হালদার আচ্ছা আপনি ওনার কে হন আমি ওনার শ্বশুর হন হ্যাঁ
One of the godowns gutted in the fire belongs to Kolkata-based retail food chain Wow Momo. The company has confirmed the death of 3 employees and announced a compensation of 10 lakh rupees and lifetime monthly salary to the victims' families. The police last week arrested 2 employees of Wow Momo, Manoranjan Seth and Raja Chakravarti. Meanwhile, politics escalated over the incident.
দেখুন এইটাও রাজনীতির টাইম হ্যাঁ পরিবারের লোক তারা স্বজন হারায় মুহূর্তে কাজে তারা যা বলবে সেটা আমরা মাথা পেতে নেব কারণ তাদের লস হচ্ছে সবথেকে বেশি যদি কোথাও কোনো অভিযোগ থেকে থাকে সেগুলো আমরা দেখছি
The police have filed FIRs against Pushpanjali decorators and Wow Momo. Sources say the fire started at the adjacent godown and spread to Wow Momo unit.
ममता बनर्जी चीफ मिनिस्टर इतना बड़ा हादसा का बाद भी उन्होंने नहीं यहाँ आया है उनका जो काम है वो बीजेपी कर रहा है सरकार काम नहीं कर रहा है बंगाल में सरकार नहीं है
The fire in Kolkata exposes how safety norms are short-circuited at factories. It is a wake-up call for the administration to strictly enforce fire safety rules. With Indrajit Kundu in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
From Kolkata, I want to turn to tonight's Get Real India story, and this comes from Kotdwar in Uttarakhand, a state which is witnessing several instances of Kashmiris and Kashmiri Muslims in particular being targeted. Now the latest incident, 10 scenes in this town after Bajrang Dal workers targeted a school uniform shop over its name, demanding that Baba be removed from the name. Remember, this is a shop run by a local Muslim. Interestingly, some of the other locals, including a gym trainer, Deepak Kumar, intervened and tried to stop the Bajrang Dal workers. Unfortunately, the police has gone ahead and actually filed FIRs even against Deepak. Heavy security has been deployed now to prevent further unrest. What began as a local dispute is now threatening years of communal harmony in this town. I leave you with this story with a reminder that this country's greatest strength, I repeat, is its religious diversity. If we don't protect communal harmony in this country, the idea of India will always remain in danger. Take a look at what's happened in Uttarakhand and think about it tonight. Namaskar.
ताऊ जी ये बाबा नाम हटाओ आप हमने कहा
मोहम्मद दीपक को जो भी सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं उन सबके खिलाफ इसी तरीके से कार्रवाई होगी।
हिंदू धर्म से और बजरंग दल से ये माफी नहीं मांगेगा। बजरंग दल हिंदू समाज चुप बैठने वाला नहीं है।
Unsavory scenes in Kotdwar in Uttarakhand.
ये बाबा की दुकान है।
On January 26th, a group of Bajrang Dal workers entered a school uniform shop and intimidated the 70-year-old shopkeeper Vakil Ahmed. They demanded the owner drop Baba from the shop's name, claiming it signified a Hindu deity.
स्कूल ड्रेस कटरी जो भी लिखवाना है पर ये बाबा हटाओ। बाबा हटाओ भी है। एक मिनट भाई चेंज करेगा तू नाम।
Deepak Kumar, who runs a gym in the area, and his friend came to the shopkeeper's aid and confronted the right-wing activists.
बाबा सुपर इश्यूज वगैरह क्या है? वो सब हिंदू की दुकान है।
ये देहरादून से कुछ 150-200 बजरंग दल के कुछ लड़के आए, उन्होंने यहाँ का माहौल ख़राब किया, गाली गलौज करिए, बदतमीजी करिए, माँ बहन की गालियाँ दिए। उस टाइम पर मैं अकेला था जिम में, मतलब ज़्यादा लड़के नहीं थे, 4-5 लड़के थे, साथ के थे वो। तो 3-4 घंटा गाली देते रहे, बदतमीजी करते रहे, जो उनके मन में आया उन्होंने वो बोलते रहे।
केवल जो बाबा नाम था उसको लेकर हटाने के नाम पर वो लोग आते हैं, कुछ दल वाले आते हैं वहाँ पर। तभी वहाँ पर पहले सर्वप्रथम तो दीपक वहाँ पर जाता है, फिर उसके बाद मैं जाता हूँ, पर फिर भी वहाँ पर वो नाम को हटाने के लिए इतना अड़े हुए थे। पहली बार ये लोग आए, मतलब पहली बार के पर 4-5 महीने पहले भी ये लोग उनको नाम हटाने के लिए आए थे, जो हमें बाबा जी ने जो उनकी दुकान थी उन्होंने बताया था।
The day the spat happened, when asked to identify himself, Deepak had responded defiantly.
नाम क्या भैया अपना नाम? मेरा नाम मोहम्मद दीपक है भाई। मोहम्मद दीपक है आपका नाम? ठीक है, ओके।
देखो जी, मैं धर्म को लेकर जरूर बोलूँगा कि धर्म सबके अपनी जगह ठीक है। हम अपने हिंदू धर्म को मानते हैं, वो अपने मोहम्मद धर्म को मानते हैं, मगर मैं यही कहता हूँ कि धर्म सबके बढ़िया है, अच्छे धर्म है, हर कोई अपना धर्म को अच्छे से फॉलो करता है। तो हमारा मतलब ये हक नहीं बनता हम किसी धर्म को टारगेट करें या किसी की धर्म को लेकर कुछ उल्टा सीधा बोलें।
ये बाबा की दुकान है।
Incidentally, the board outside the shop mentions the name of the owner, but that did not satisfy Bajrang Dal workers.
आपने बाबा नाम जो रख रखा है, इसको आप बदलिए, हम पहले भी आपके पास आए थे। तो मेरे पिताजी ने बोला कि आपने ये कहा था कि बाबा के लिए आपने शोएब अहमद वो नाम लिखने के लिए कहा था, तो हमने उसके ऊपर नाम लिख दिया। फिर उन्होंने कहा ना जी आपको नाम बदलना पड़ेगा।
After the incident on Republic Day, Bajrang Dal held protests outside Deepak's gym. The outfit defended its workers' actions.
नाम छुपाकर व्यापार करना क्यों है? तुम्हें अपने मुसलमान धर्म से दिक्कत है क्या? अगर मैं मुसलमान होता तो मैं अपना नाम खुलेआम लिखता। जब आपको मोहम्मद चाहिए तो मोहम्मद का नाम लिखो ना। जब आप बोलते हो आई लव मोहम्मद तो आई लव मोहम्मद अपनी दुकान पर लिखो। उसी के चलते कुछ बजरंग दल के कार्यकर्ता गए उनके पास, विनम्रता से उनको समझाया गया कि बाबा जी आप जब बाबा नहीं हो तो अपनी दुकान का नाम आप चेंज कर लीजिए।
The police filed multiple FIRs based on complaints.
कार्रवाई की है और अब हम लोग यहाँ पर बॉर्डर पे चेकिंग कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि कुछ सोशल मीडिया पर कुछ लोग यहाँ पर आने की बात कर रहे हैं इस तरह से, तो हम एहतियात के तौर पर यहाँ पर चेकिंग कर रहे हैं कि कोई व्यक्ति या संगठन कोई भी कोटद्वार का माहौल जो है खराब न करे और ऐसा कोई प्रयास न करे। और मैं इसमें ये भी कह रहा हूँ कि कोई किसी को ऐसे आने की आवश्यकता नहीं है और अगर कोई इस तरह से आता है तो उसके विरुद्ध कठोर कानूनी कार्रवाई।
There is heavy police presence in the area to ensure peace. But years of communal harmony has been disturbed by one incident of hate. With Ankit Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today.
Such a huge mob came to attack Deepak Kumar, and he could not have been saved. And after that, police is claiming that soon they will take the action and the culprits will be nabbed. This is Ankit Sharma with Vikas Verma for India Today, Kotdwar.